Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Watch Darius TV. I'm back with another review, and this one is of P-Valley Season 2, Episode 4, Demethrius. I think that Dimitri, I can't pronounce that episode name, so I'm just going to pretend like I pronounced it correctly. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, also yesterday was the 4th of July, so happy 4th to everybody that did their thing, whatever like that. Hope y'all ate well, fireworks, anybody that did their thing. Anyway, so this episode was another interesting one. The intro starts with the strippers, dancing and stuff like that. One lady is in the club. She's masked up, listening to Future, mask off. You know what I'm saying, like that. And I see the irony of that. Listening to Future, mask off. He ain't got a mask on. One stripper takes the woman's two-layer mask off and ends up sneezing right in her face. I don't know why would anybody want to go to a strip club during a pandemic. Is beyond me. I don't know why. I don't know why was this woman at another strip club full of women. I thought women go to strip clubs where men are stripping, I guess. Maybe this character is a lesbian. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. The woman is Lauren Hawkins, and she shuts down the club, basically. Shuts down a pink. Doesn't want. Yeah, so she ends up shutting down a pink in this episode, after she ends up having that stripper girl sneeze right directly into her face. I don't know who in the world would think of something like that. Is beyond me. The woman couldn't sneeze in her arm or nothing. Just even before a pandemic, who would do that? But I guess you can't mix a strip club with a pandemic. It's just not a good mix. You know. One girl ends up exposing roulette for her acts that she's been doing. In the club, making a little extra money by let's just say she's been, getting real verbal with some of the customers and, basically giving a little bit of a warm welcome to these people. And, now she's being exposed to it. These girls are basically calling her out saying, hey, you're doing all this extra stuff, that you ain't supposed to be doing in the pink. And, basically turning into basically a brothel, if you know what I mean. And then basically a fight completely breaks out. It gets recorded, all the other stuff like that. Roulette is really beginning to create more drama for the club, basically. Big L and Roulette, they talk, about basically certain secrets and stuff like that. Big L's been messing with, I guess, some drug stuff and stuff like that. Roulette has been, you know, having sex basically in a club. So it's a lot going on. So they exchange certain stuff they got going on. Their little secret business deals. They sort of act like they're somewhat blackmailing each other in a weird kind of way, but they seem like they kind of made peace with each other. But it definitely seems like there might be some tension between them two because they both doing stuff they ain't got no business doing in the pink. So Big Teak, he gets into a room. He gets in his face and stuff like that, and he gets in his face. Big T ends up getting in Rome's face when Rome asks, "What did Pico do to you?" So we don't know what happened there. Maybe something happened between. I forgot what happened with this character Pico. I don't think was he in jail or something like that. I don't know, but basically shows there's some weird tension going on there between him and this guy. So maybe it might possibly been something happened to them in prison. Because Pico did say something like, how some girl wasn't his quote unquote type, so it was already making a reference that, Big Teak might be gay, so, something's going on there. Autumn is staying at the Pink, and she's still scared of that room. So basically, Autumn is still basically bumming it out at the Pink, and she's still scared of the room that they had the whole shootout in from the previous season. So some eerie going on there. Corbin tries to force Autumn into a deal. Basically, he comes to the Pink and tries to basically force her into this business deal. Since she sees that he's becoming desperate, to get her to do it, she realizes she's worth much more. So that's pretty interesting, seeing how that works out. Dante chokes out Andre for sleeping with his wife. Basically, she acts as she's so out of her depth. She ends up asking more about the mask instead of her being caught, cheating. So, she turns it on him and stuff like that, when he talks about wanting to run for mayor, and she's just kind of just totally throwing everything out of the just, I don't know who, like, the whole scene didn't even feel like it was real. Like, she just basically got caught cheating, and she's more focused on trying to call her husband out for not wearing a mask and then trying to put him down for run for mayor. She's lucky he didn't snap and kill them both basically, but he kicks him out. The dude, he was cheating on him with. She kicks him out when he was butt naked, so he got what he deserved. But it's just like, so you already know this basically gonna make him run straight for Autumn basically. So Mercedes goes to see Coach, and she ends up running into his wife. It first seemed like it's maybe a possible friendship between them, or enemies, or possibly lesbian lovers. I'm not sure, but that's what it sort of seemed like at first, a mixture of the three of those: friendship, possibly enemies, lovers. And she basically, Coach's wife, ends up taking photos of her. So, definitely seemed like it might possibly be going into more of a lesbian route with them too. Diamond makes a return to the pink. He got some friends to help out, with the shutdown. So that's pretty good. He's back to the pink to help out. Big T goes off on everybody. He acted like he has some type of maybe PTSD or something's going on with him. Um, they hear about this curfew going on and stuff like that. Basically, it sort of makes a reference to the riots and stuff that happened summer of 2020. So yeah, a lot of this stuff starts to feel slightly dated because I can definitely tell that this season is supposed to take place in 2020 when the show came out, but now most of that stuff kind of been happening, is kind of past that. But it is interesting though because this is exactly how we're all going to feel years from now when we look back on 2020, just all the madness that happened that year. So they're basically showing all the stuff that was going on in 2020. The show PVALLEY came out in 2020. I'm not sure if it happened during the riots and stuff like that and everything that happened that summer, but it's the irony that the show came out then and this new season is basically taking place during that time in 2020. So I've always found that pretty ironic. But yeah, but basically that's what's going on and stuff like that. So that's what this whole season is really representing, how the pandemic affected, the world of PVALLEY, even though it was basically kind of 2 years too late. But the season's still pretty good though. The writing is phenomenal. Mercedes suggests Farah strip. Also, Coach's wife. Her name is Farah, by the way. She suggests Farah to try, stripping and dancing on the pole. And definitely there's begins to have some type of homoerotic vibes between these two. Farah first basically seemed like she hated herself, then she turns it on Mercedes. She reveals that she basically sort of disses Mercedes about being a stripper and stuff like that. But then she reveals that she wanted to see Mercedes, and then they make out and they have sex. Basically, this episode had two relationships between two people who ended up having relationships with people that you didn't really think would happen. There was Little Murder and Big Teak. I didn't see. I didn't really think. I didn't see that happening. And then there's Mercedes and Farah. I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't think that they would. And I didn't see it coming though. So that was, yeah. But anyway, let's see. So one of the scenes that I thought was kind of funny about this episode was I was wondering if Clifford's mom. I thought she was blind, so I was wondering how was she able to flirt with the one guy at the club. I thought she was blind. I wonder if anybody knows that, leave a comment because I could have sworn I thought she was blind and she couldn't see. But anyway, just a small note on that. Um, Even Diamond is also he's still like he's kind of shook over the murder night that happened and stuff like that. Even he have a panic attack over the room in the pink that had the shooting last season. He's even having some type of panic attack from that night. So even it's affecting him. Kyle basically talks about curfew and being against the riots and stuff like that. Like I said, more memories from 2020. All the insanity that happened that summer. So yeah, so Roulette basically she's watching Patrice preach and she starts crying. I guess and feels hurt about her brother being murdered by the police and stuff like that. So definitely I can tell this season is also making a reference to a lot of the things that happened with George Floyd, which ended up causing the riots and stuff like that. And so yeah, so definitely you can tell that that's, I guess, supposed to be a reference to George Floyd, or maybe just simply her losing her brother, so to police brutality. So that's pretty interesting that they put that in there. Andre's wife is cheating, going to run. Yeah, so basically, like I said, Andre's wife cheating on him. I can tell that was going to basically do nothing but make him run right into Autumn's arms. So everybody could see that coming though. That seemed like this is dream girl, basically. Roulette tells Duffy her brother, like I said, was killed by the cops. I think they made I think that was supposed to be a reference to George Floyd, or maybe they were going to. But anyway, Roulette ends up getting closer to Duffy, so that's a new relationship being slowly formed between them two. Big L says he will stay at the Pink and he wants Diamond to stay. Diamond definitely seemed like he doesn't want to, but especially everything going on with the murder room and stuff like that, he definitely is not trying to stay there. But it looks like he's probably not going to have much of a choice in the matter, the way how the story is set up. Also, he ends up meeting a new love interest, the new stripper Big Bone. So this girl looks like she's going to be a possible love interest for him. I thought he might end up going out with Whisper. They seem like they would be a better fit. They both were kind of. I'm not sure. Diamond, he's into weird, somewhat dark magic, weird type of. I don't know what he's into. Some type of black magic stuff he did on Mercedes and stuff like that. And then Whisper, she's just an oddball. It seemed like they would be a better fit, Diamond and Whisper, but I'm guessing he's going to be with Big Bone instead, so we're going to see how that works out. But definitely, I thought they seemed like they were just two weirdos that would fit better together, Diamond and Whisper. But let me get back to Big Bone. Like I said, this girl's super bad, fine, but she's also a bad actress. I don't know. I clearly can see that they gave her this role because, like I said, the actress is fine, but that acting is just it's not good. I'm sorry. That acting could be a lot better, but she seemed like a nice character. The actress stunning, looks good, but that acting is just. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't really think it was all that good. But anyway, let's go to Mercedes. Mercedes definitely made some serious bank with her session with Farah. So definitely that might be something she might want to stay into because even though if she really is gay, I mean would it really work for her? I don't know. I don't know if she's doing it just for the pay or if she's truly bisexual. I don't know. Maybe we'll probably get more of an idea of that. I'm not sure, but I don't know how also it's going to affect her relationship with Coach. That she's also now sleeping with this man's wife. Maybe there might be some type of tension there. Who knows? I don't know, but we gotta see. That's sort of my theory. Might be some tension happening between them three. Big Teak is getting more tense and mad at Rome and stuff like that for turning off the TV, and Rome basically act like he just completely does not care about police killing. Big Teak threatens to attack Gidget. I think that was a girl that was also in season one. She was a stripper at the club too, and he has a total panic attack. He just completely losing his mind, going off on everybody. I don't know what's up with Rome not caring about what's going on with the police brutality and everything going on, the riots. He just does not seem to care about anything really, but Big Teak is seriously beginning to lose his mind. Then the scene ends up cutting to Big Teak. He goes to the bathroom and stuff like that while Little Murder was basically recording in the tub. And there's also some more homoerotic tension going on between them two, kind of like how it was with Mercedes and Farah. And, it definitely already seemed like they were kind of going for that in previous episodes between these two. And like I said, maybe that's why Big Teak has been going crazy because I don't know. Maybe he's struggling with his sexuality. I don't. Big T says that the world doesn't care about black men and stuff like that. He sees what's going on with the riots, and and then the scene eventually leads to Big T and Little Murder. They get together. They hook up. So I guess that's probably what his reasoning for why he's been so on edge. I guess this man, he's in the closet struggling with his own sexuality. So I guess he handles it by attacking people. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how that happens, and yeah, so they, So anyway, Rome, basically he seemed like he shoots his shot at Krishan, so he seemed like he's interested in her, and we see that I don't know how to pronounce the character's name. I don't know if it's Woody or Woody. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he sees it. I don't know what was up with that. Maybe did he already have feelings for Krishan? Maybe he might get jealous, but Rome also doesn't know that she got a baby daddy who likes to wild out, and act a fool, and she should know that. So she should probably be more careful with who she's really interacting with. Dude is also a racist too, so it's not that's not gonna end well. Definitely her being on tour, her hooking up with Rome. Definitely, this don't seem like anything good is gonna come out of that. And then also, like I said, this Woody guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He seemed like maybe he might be a little jealous. I don't know. So he's somebody we got to watch out for. Clifford Mercedes here, Autumn's business deal and plans to sell the pink for a good offer. And basically, her and Andre sort of rekindle what they were having in season one. And basically, Clifford and Mercedes, they don't like this. And Clifford and Mercedes, they confront Autumn. Cliff completely exposes Autumn for basically squatting at the pink, just sitting up, living up in there. And they basically all turn on Autumn. All the strippers and stuff like that, Cliff, they completely turn on her. I honestly believe that most likely Autumn is going to completely stop doing it. She's going to completely drop the deal and stuff like that. She's the protagonist of the show, so they're not going to completely make her the antagonist. I know that she's probably going to quit this deal eventually. I can tell that happening from a mile away. She's not going to be completely against, everybody going to be completely against her. She's going to turn her tune around. So she's going to change her tune. So I can see that happening. Big Teak finds out about Clifford, so I guess this probably was might possibly end up being just a one night stand between them two, because Big Teak is pretty crazy. So I don't think he's gonna really be so friendly to Clifford. He might end up getting jealous of Clifford if he finds out that Clifford and Little Murder had a relationship. So it might be some tension going on between them two. But definitely, I could tell Big Teak is not going to like that. So it might be some trouble for Clifford. Andre, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So like I was saying, Andre gets left with the house, and he basically plans on turning it to his campaign headquarters, a house that I believe the mayor left, the mayor that died earlier in the season. So he plans on turning it into his campaign headquarters, so that's interesting. And then basically the end of the episode ends with the overhead view of the city, and it ends with basically a tribute to everybody that basically we lost in 2020. So yeah, this season was definitely a reference to everything that happened in 2020. But yeah, so like I said, I believe that Big Teak is going to probably have some type of bad confrontation with Clifford. I definitely could see that happening. Definitely, I don't see Autumn being, everybody being against her. I can see her eventually changing her tune and deciding not to sell the pink. I really believe that she's going to do that. I think that Krishan better be careful flirting with Rome. I definitely could see some tension happening there where her baby daddy is not going to like that. And then that Woody dude was sitting up staring from afar. He might be jealous. I don't know. Maybe player hating or something like that. So yeah, yeah. This episode is a really good one. Those are my theories of what I think is gonna happen in the next few episodes and stuff like that. But this episode was a good one. A lot of twists and turns happening. I didn't expect Big Teak and Lil Murder to their relationship to go that way, but then they kind of hinted at it. So not a huge shock. I didn't think Mercedes was also going to hook up with this man's wife. I think that might possibly affect her business relationship, possibly. But then again, the husband might be cool with it. I'm not sure what's going on there. The wife could also turn on Mercedes, but yeah. But anyway, those are my theories, though. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that stuff. If you like anything about P-Valley, subscribe to my channel. I'm doing more reviews of this season, and thank you for checking out my video.